This video is about how to make jackfruit trees to produce larger and heavier fruits. There is also a recipe to make tasty curry from discarded tender young jackfruits. How we can clean jackfruit sap easily. People have been eating jackfruit for many hundred years. Jackfruit has great potential, as every part of the fruit can be used as human or animal feed. The flesh of the fruit and the seeds form tasty bites for humans, while the leftover skin and fibrous tissue make tasty snacks for cows and goats. Even the unripe jackfruit is used in many Asian cooking. For people in the tropics, jackfruit is a common seasonal fruit. However, in the Western world, jackfruit is said to be an exotic fruit. People in the tropics love eating jackfruit, but don't like the sticky, messy sap when jackfruit is cut. The sap is not easy to clean. But if we know the technique, it's actually easy to clean the sap from the jackfruit. The sap comes off easily as we wipe with a piece of paper. But not so easy when the sap gets stuck on the knife. The best way will be to apply some oil or margarine on the surface of the knife and wipe the sap off with paper. Jackfruit is the largest tree fruit in the world. Just one fruit can weigh as much as 30 kgs. Jackfruit tree always produce fruits in abundance. A single tree can produce as much as 50 fruits per season. Most of the young fruits will abort naturally, leaving behind 20 to 30 fruits. If all the fruits were allowed to mature, then the fruits will be lesser in quality and smaller in size. How to induce the jackfruit trees to produce larger and heavier fruits? Good farming practice is to further reduce the number of fruits on the tree so that the remaining fruits will be larger and heavier. So, it's kind of normal practice to remove as many of the young unripe jackfruits, leaving behind only a few to mature into ripe fruits. The removed tender young jackfruits are then not thrown away. They can be made into various savory dishes. Now, I will share with you a traditional recipe to make curry using one of these discarded young jackfruits. How to make jackfruit curry using tender young jackfruits. First, we have to cut and peel the spiky skin of the jackfruit. As we cut, a lot of sap will be released. The sap can be wiped off with a piece of paper, but the sap stains on the knife will only come off when a little oil is used. The peeled jackfruit is then cut into small sections. The center fibrous core from each section is then removed. This fibrous core is too hard to bite, so it's not used for the recipe. These cut pieces of the jackfruit has a tendency to discolor and brown if left exposed. To prevent it, they are soaked in a solution of salt and turmeric powder. After soaking, the whole lot is transferred to a stock pot. The jackfruit pieces are then cooked until tender but still firm. They are ready when a spike can easily go through. The jackfruit pieces are then drained and allowed to cool. Once cooled, the big chunks of jackfruit can then be cut into smaller bite-sized pieces. Now to blend a simple masala for the jackfruit curry. The basic ingredients needed here will be garlic, ginger and dried chilies, the amounts of which I have not stated as it goes according to individual tastes and also according to the amount of jackfruit used for making the curry. Together with the basic ingredients in the blender jar, a tablespoon of fennel seed and 2 large tomatoes were added. The tomatoes are chopped and this gives the liquid base for the blending. The mixture is then blended to a smooth paste. Once the blended ingredients are ready, we can start preparing the jackfruit curry. For this, we need 2 large onions sliced. On a heated pan, add 2 tablespoons of oil. To the hot oil, add 1 teaspoon of the spice mixture and fry until the mustard seeds start popping. At this stage, add also 2 bay leaves, 2 star anise, 2 small cinnamon sticks, and 2 to 3 cloves. When the mustard seeds start popping, add the sliced onions and fry to a golden brown. My kitchen is now filled with a wonderful aroma of the spices. At this stage, the blended ingredients are added. The mixture is then stir-fried for 2 to 3 minutes, followed with salt and curry powder. The curry powder I am using here is a mixture of dried chilies, coriander, cumin, fennel, fenugreek, turmeric, pepper, star anise, cinnamon and clove. The jackfruit pieces are now added to the curry mixture. I am adding here 1 stalk of curry leaf as I have missed adding it earlier. At this stage, add a cup of water and allow the jackfruit to cook in the masala for 5 to 8 minutes. The jackfruit pieces will then absorb all the flavors and spices of the gravy. Finally, a cup of coconut milk is added to enhance the flavor even further. The curry is then allowed to cook for another 5 to 8 minutes. This will also thicken up the gravy. Jackfruit curry is now looking really good. It not only looks good, it also has a wonderful aroma. This curry goes very well with rice. Now let's also see how it tastes. The curry tastes superb with all the rich flavors of the spices. The jackfruit pieces are tender to the bite. Nothing goes to waste from the jackfruit tree when we can use the green unripe jackfruit to make tasty aromatic curry. That's all, my friends. Thanks for watching.